So last I've given you the questions, and first one is very simple. I guess all of you got it. This is see, for x not equal to 0, this is given. So directly we can use the limit concept, and we will telling that means k will be equal to limit x approaches to 0 f of x. Did you understand how I wrote directly? See, actual method is what? F of 0 minus h must be equal to f of 0 plus h must be equal to f of 0. Of course, f of 0 is given k. So that is k, I can put it. But these two I can combine here because this is a single function. If it is a single function is coming to unnecessary, why should we waste time for calculating separately? We know that there is no mod, there is no gradation here, there is no split for this single function. So directly we can use this logic, and we'll say k equal to limit x approaches to 0 sine 5x by 3x, and sine 5x I can write 5x divided by 3x, x will get cancelled and answer will be 5 by 3. Second question, if you cross check it, this second one, again for x not at pi by 2 we have to check it. So logic saying what, ki f of pi by 2 must be, f of pi by 2 minus h must be equal to f of pi by 2 plus h must be equal to f of pi by 2. But for x not equal to pi by 2, there is a separately single function is defined. So we can simply use the logic ki f of pi by 2 will be equal to limit x approaches to pi by 2 k cos x divided by pi minus 2x. I'm sure ki able to understand all of you. The f of pi by 2, how much? That is the 3 must be equal to limit x approaches to pi by 2. X approaches to pi by 2, watch it. Cos x I can write cos sine pi by 2 minus x. K sine pi by 2 minus x. And from denominator, I can take minus 2 out. Minus 2 if I will take out, what will come? X minus pi by 2 will come. And this portion will become 1. Because x approaches to pi by 2. So sine 0 by 0, both 0 by same number. So that is the minus k by 2. And that is equal to 3. So k equal to minus 6. Is this clear? All of you able to understand by using the limit directly doing the questions? Next. Again, for x not equal to 2, there is a single function defined. So again we can utilize this logic, and we'll say limit k will be f of 2 will be equal to limit x approaches to 2 f of x. So f of 2 already given k. K will be equal to limit x approaches to 2. Watch it carefully, everybody. This I can 2 power x plus 2. We can write 2 power x into 2 power 2. 2 power 2 means 4. 4 I can take common. So that will come 2 power x minus 4 divided by, watch it, 4 power x minus 16. 4 power x minus 16. So this also I will divide by x. This also I will divide by x. So this will give you k equal to limit x approaches to 2. No need of limit. K 4 into this 2 power x minus 4. 2 power x minus 4. I think I did in very much hurry, very fast try to do. It's become wrong. I'm sorry. I did mistake. No, not mistake actually. I thought something else. So k is equal to, let me do properly, 2 power x plus 2, 2 power 4. So I can take from here 16 common. So 16 will come out. That will come 2 power 16. 16 means 2 power 4. So 2 power x minus 2 minus 1 divided by, here I can take 16 common. So 16 here also common. So 4 power x minus 2. 4 power x minus 2 minus 1. 16 will get cancelled and limit x approaches to 2. limit x approaches to 2. So we'll say k equal to, here I can divide by x minus 2 numerator as well as denominator. So 4 to power x minus 2 minus 1 divided by x minus 2 whole divided by 4 power x minus 2 minus 1 divided by x minus 2 and limit x approaches to 2. Limit x approaches to 2, this is the form of a power 0 minus 1 divided by 0, both 0 by same number. Here also 4 power 0 minus 1 by 0, both 0 by same number. So numerator will become ln2, denominator will become ln4. ln4 is nothing but 2 ln2. So that will become 1 by 2. K value will be equal to 1 by 2. Is it clear? First 3 questions, how many of you got correctly? Till here, how many people got it all correct? Okay. Next one. Continuous at x equal to 0. Find the k. Again, same logic. So what will be happen? This k will be equal to limit x approaches to 0. This part we need to solve. Cos square x minus 1. That is nothing but minus sin square x. The numerator will become minus 2 sin square x divided by root of x square plus 1 minus 1. I can take conjugate, I can multiply. The root of x square plus 1 and denominator will become this whole square minus this whole square, the x square. This value become 1 and x approaches 0. This will become 1 plus 1 2, so minus 2, sorry 2, so 2 into minus 2 will become 4, so minus 4, k equal to minus 4. You can easily understand role of continuity is very less. Only the things is limit. If you know the limit, you can do the question. Otherwise, you cannot. Next one. Continuous at x equal to 0, find k. Again, same question. In fact, we are doing just limit. Limit x approaches to 0. 1 minus cos kx divided by x sin x. So f0 is given as a 1 by 2 is equal to 1 minus cos kx. I can write what? This I can write it as 2 sin square kx by 2 divided by x sin x. Now do approximation, that's best way. The 2 into sin kx by 2 is the kx by 2. Sin square kx by 2 will become k square x square by 4 divided by sin x will become x. So x square get cancelled. 2 get cancelled. So we'll get 1 by 2 equal to k square by 2. That means k equal to plus minus 1. There are two value of k, either plus 1 or minus 1. And of course 2 value will come because cos kx is there, no? So k is positive or negative does not matter. It will be same. That's why 2 value is coming. Okay. 12th one. This is the JE question, old JE question. Find the value of ABC if this function is continuous at x equal to 0. Okay. So here we cannot use limit, we have to do by f0 minus h, f0 plus h. Why so? Because for less than 0 separate function, for greater than 0 separate function, so limit x approaches 0 will exist or not, we don't have idea. So we'll find f of 0 minus h. F of 0 minus h will be equal to limit h approaches 0. Directly I am doing minus h here, so minus common and minus h here cancel, everything cancel. Sin a plus 1 into h, that I can write a plus 1 into h. Simply approximation, plus sin h, that is the h, divided by h. 1 h will get cancelled, a plus 1 by 1 plus 1 by 1, that means a plus 2. Now f of 0 plus h, let's calculate. 0 plus h, I am doing directly, watch it carefully. H plus bh square minus root h divided by bh power 3 by 2. What I can do, I can take conjugate. Sorts are coming. Whenever you get this kind of the format, always try to think about writing conjugate. So if I'll do conjugate multiply, so here will come limit h approaches 0, directly I'm writing, please watch carefully, h plus b h square minus root h whole square, that means h divided by b h power 3 by 2 into, in the bracket, conjugate h root of h plus b h square plus root h. This h cancel, and from denominator I can take root h common, denominator. So f of 0 plus h will be equal to, denominator I am taking root h common. So root h common means what? H power 1 by 2 coming out, h power 1 by 2 into b h power 3 by 2, that will become what? H square. This is the both is b. Okay. So h square, and here what is left? Root h out, so what will happen? 1 plus bh plus 1. This bh square get cancelled. H equal to 0, else form of the limit I can put it here. So this will become 1 by 2. 1 by 2. Question, something wrong I did? Looking correct. F of 0 is c given. It means f of 0 minus h, we got a plus 2 must be equal to f of 0 plus h, means 1 by 2 must be equal to c. So we got a equal to minus 3 by 2 and c equal to 1 by 2. B is missing. What will be the value of the b? B value. B can be any positive real number. B can be any positive real number, because b is getting cancelled. So b belongs to positive real number. Why positive? Because this is the inside the root. This is the inside the root. It has to be always positive. Or yeah, inside the root it will be positive. So b belongs to positive real number. This solution everybody understood, or any point you want me to explain? Is it clear to everybody? How many of you got this answer? Okay. Good. Now, question number 14. Very good. Question number 14. Continuous at x equal to 4, we have to find a and b. Okay. First thing, this question I will try to change it. Unnecessary, it's a creating problem. Question changing. Look carefully. X is less than 4. X is less than 4, so x minus 4 will be negative. X is less than 4, so x minus 4 will be negative. If it's negative, the mod of x minus 4 I can write what? Minus of x minus 4. Me mod x equal to minus x if x less than 0. So x minus 4 is, if x less than 4, so x minus 4 will be negative. So mod of x minus 4 will be minus of x minus 4. Will get cancelled. I will get a minus 1 if x less than 4. And that is a plus b if x is not equal to. Question mistake is there. Make it x equal to 4. Please correct the question. It's a x equal to 4, not x not equal to 4. Because not equal to 4 already defined. No? So it's a printing mistake. For x greater than 4, x minus 4 will be positive. So mod of x minus 4, I will write x minus 4 will get cancelled and I will get b plus 1. If x greater than 4. Now looks very simple. Find the average so that it should be continuous at 4. Means before 4 the value, after the 4 value and equal to 4 value. All should be equal. Means a minus 1 must be equal to b plus 1 must be equal to a plus b. So from here, these two, if these two compare, a minus b is equal to 2. If you compare these two, so a equal to how much will come? A equal to what is going to come? If this compare, b cancel, a equal to 1. A equal to 1, so that I can put it here. So b equal to minus 1. So A equal to 1 and B equal to -1. This will be the answer. Did you understand? Is it clear to everybody? Okay. Next. Find the value of A and B such that order pair means A and B value. That's all. Such that this is continuous at x equal to 0. Okay. तो पहले तो we'll find f of 0 minus h. That will be defined from here. So limit h approaches to 0. Watch carefully. 2 tan inverse e power minus h minus pi by 4 divided by minus h. Okay. How to do this? Limit. This limit how to do? Tan inverse e power minus h. L'Hospital, don't try to apply. F of 0 minus h will be equal to limit h approaches to 0 to tan inverse e power minus h minus tan inverse 1 divided by minus h. I hope you understood this step. Tan inverse 1 equal to what? Pi by 4. That's what the logic I apply. Now tan inverse A minus tan inverse B formula I can apply. So f of 0 minus h will be equal to limit h approaches tan inverse A minus tan inverse B. I hope all of you know. Tan inverse A minus tan inverse B is equal to tan inverse A minus B by 1 plus AB. So that will become tan inverse, watch it, 2 tan inverse e power minus h minus 1 divided by 1 plus e power minus h divided by minus h. I wrote correctly. This step is clear to everybody. Can I go ahead? Till this step it's clear, then only I will go ahead. Is it clear to everybody? Okay. Now, look carefully. I don't want to do that much complication. H approaches to 0, so this will become 1, 1 minus 1, 0, divided by 1 plus 1, 2. Means this is approaching 0. Tan inverse x by x equal to 1 if x approaches 0, so approximation I can apply, and I will write this whole value as 2 into e power minus h minus 1 divided by minus h into 1 plus e power minus h. Did you understand? By approximation, I can say tan inverse x equal to x. Now, if you look carefully, this whole value is 1 because h approaches to 0. So, e power x minus 1 by x format, x approaches 0, this value will become 1. And h approaches 0, 0 if you put it here 1, 1 plus 1, 2, 2, 2 cancel, final answer 1. Oh, this value, f of 0 minus h value is 1, that I got it. Now, f of 0 plus h value, f of 0 plus h, I will go ahead with this. F of 0 plus h value will be what? B e power h minus cos h minus h divided by h square. Okay. So, how to do this part? L'Hospital, no. By L'Hospital, it's very simple, but without L'Hospital. L'Hospital, no. So, We'll do series approximation. B e power h is what? 1 plus h square by 2. So 1 plus h square by 2 minus cos h is what? 1 minus h square by 2 plus minus h by h square. Some people may be feeling uncomfortable कि sir e power x series is the so much big series and you wrote only 3 term. Can you understand why I wrote 3 term? I didn't write the after that term because after that h cube will come, na? So that anyhow it's going to be 0 because denominator is the h square only. Hello. That's why I wrote 3 term. And here cos h 1 minus h square by 2 plus h power 4 by 4 factorial. Why I should write h power 4 unnecessary calculation? So this much. Okay. Now something going to get should be cancelled. This part I don't have space. Chalo, here I am writing. I will arrange it in a proper way. Limit h approaches 0. Constant term is there. Yes, there. How much is there? B minus 1. Plus h term is there. Yes, there. How much is there? B minus h. H square term is there. Yes, there. How much? B by 2 plus 1 by 2 h square divided by h square. Everything. This is b minus b minus 1. Sorry, b minus 1 into h. Chalo. First thing is that you are going to say it's continuous. So f of 0 plus h. This is the f of 0 plus h value. F of 0 plus h value must be finite. So one condition, this term should be 0, this term should be 0, and this is the answer. So it means b equal to 1. I got it. B equal to 1, so these two will disappear, h square will get cancelled, and b equal to 1, if you put it here, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. So answer of this f of 0 plus h will become 1. I am 100% sure maximum of you did not understand. Who did not understand? Okay. So, f of 0 minus h, anybody having problem? It's equal to 1. No problem. Chali. This part I am just taking separately because it's a good question. I didn't notice it was by chance good question came in between. I thought some all are chinnu munnu question. Limit h approaches to 0, f of 0 plus h is equal to limit h approaches to 0. कहाँ गया? b e power h minus cos h and minus h by h square. Listen me carefully now. F of 0 minus h I already found. It's a 1. And f of 0 also I am having. F of 0 is a. A I don't know. But anyhow, they are saying it's continuous. If it's continuous, so f of 0 minus h must be finite and equal to finite value of f of 0 plus h must be equal. All three should be finite and equal. Means this limit should be finite. That's the first condition. This limit must be finite, otherwise problem. So try to recall in the limit we do. If limit is finite, what should we do? So we will write in the increasing order of this. So we will be applying series and getting the things done. So if you apply series here, b 1 plus h square by 2, further no need of writing, minus 1 minus h square by 2 minus h whole divided by h square. Be clear, it should be finite. So limit h approaches 0, constant term first, that is the b minus 1, then h term first, then b minus 1 into h plus h square term. How much will be? That is the b by 2 plus 1 by 2 h square divided by h square. I know its answer is finite. It should be finite. Finite as well as 1. Then only it will be equal. Na? Hello. It should be finite. Finite, so what is the condition? This should be 0 because this, otherwise answer will be infinity. This should be 0. This means b minus 1 must be 0. That means b equal to 1. We got it. And if it's a finite, so this should be 0. They disappear and answer of this limit will be what? This will be answer. Means answer of this limit will be b, because h square will get cancelled. B by 2 plus 1 by 2. But b is already 1. So 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, it's a 1. The f of 0 plus h is also coming 1. Yes or no? Under the condition b equal to 1. Now this is continuous, so all three should be equal. That means a should be also 1. So final answer a equal to 1 and b equal to 1. Is this clear now? Everybody understood this point? It's a good question. It's not that key. Well, actually, I given the course question from the source where the very simple question will be there. But by chance in between they created problem. It's okay. How many of you got this answer already? Before my solving. Okay. चलो कोई बात नहीं. Now next question, ये तो हो गया. Finish this one. Find f become continuous at x equal to 0. अरे चिन्नु मुन्नु question. f0 will be equal to what? Limit x approaches to 0. This. That is what? ln 1 plus x by a minus ln 1 minus x by b divided by x. Yes or no? So f0 must be equal to limit x approaches 0. I'll use approximation. 1 plus x ln 1 plus x by a can be written as what? X by a. X by a minus x by b. So plus x by b. So that will be equal to by x, and that will be equal to 1 by a plus 1 by b, which is nothing but a plus b by ab. Means f0 must be equal to a plus b by ab. Correct. Got it, everybody? Good. Next one. f0 is such that if fx is continuous at x equal to 0 such that fx equal to this. Okay. Find f0. ये तो लिमिट है भाई, पक्का लिमिट. sin 3x sin 2x sin x, sin 3x sin 2x, fx equal to sin 3x a sin 2x, a sin 3x plus a sin 2x plus b sin x by x power 5. It should be continuous at x equal to 0. That means limit x approaches to 0, fx must be finite and equal to f of 0. Yes or no? So this must be finite. And limit value of this must be equal to f of 0. So this is a pure limit question, nothing else. This kind of question you already discussed. So limit x approaches to 0, sin 3x I will write series, and that will be 1 minus क्या formula? X minus, sorry, 3x. 3x minus 3x whole cube by 3 factorial. 3x whole cube कितना होता है? 27 x cube by 3 factorial. 3 factorial how much? 6. Plus 3x power 5 divided by 5 factorial, because denominator x power 5. So I have to give the respect to that. A little bit cheating I can do. Little bit. नहीं, ठीक है. No cheating. No cheating. So this this will become 3x power 5 thing. 243. 243 x power 5 divided by 5 factorial means 120. Rest term I will not write, unnecessary waste of time. Plus a sin 2x I will write 2x minus 2x cube, that will become 8x cube by 3 factorial 6 plus 2x power 5 32x power 5 by 5 factorial 120 plus b into I did any mistake? I did correct nothing. It's correct. X minus x cube by 3 factorial plus x power 5 by 5 factorial. Means this is the 6, this is the 120. That's all. Divided by, because a bigger degree will be automatically will become 0. So x power 5. Okay, arrange it please. Limit x up. Constant, no constant. X term, yes. How much? 3 plus 2a plus b into x. X cube term, yes. How much? 27 by 6 plus 8a by 6 plus b by 6 into x cube. X power 5 term, yes. That will be 243 by 120 plus 32a by 120 plus b by 120 into x power 5 divided by x power 5. Oh. Now, it has to be finite. That means this value must be 0. So, first condition I got 2a plus b must be equal to minus 3. This should be also 0. That means this is equal to 0, 6 gone that side. So, b plus 8a plus b must be equal to minus 27. And answer of this limit will be this. What? 243 plus 32a plus b divided by 120. That should be f of 0. That is the answer. This we can solve it. First minus second, if I will do, what I will get, bb will get cancelled, minus 6a is equal to 27 minus 3, 24. 24. So a equal to minus 4. A equal to minus 4. So b will be, you can get it from here, minus 8 will go the side, plus 8 minus 3, b equal to 5. I may do calculation mistake. So a equal to minus 4 and b equal to 5, that both value I can substitute here. So f of 0 is going to be 243 plus minus 32 into 4, 64, 128 plus b means plus 5 divided by 120. So 2 calculation is problem for me. 243 minus 128 plus 5, 120. This is the 120 itself. So f0 is going to be 1. This will be your answer according to me. I am not sure how many of you got this answer already. Anybody got it? Good. So we are having this values. You can see that it was pure limit, not at all continuity. The pure limit question. if you want to take a snapshot, just make it small. चलिए, so it's over this one. Now let's move the further and coming to the last point. Discontinuity. I told you that this will be wherever the domain is broken, that will be called as the point of discontinuity. Sometime composite functions will come. That is also very simple. Let me explain in one step. You will understand very easily. Don't worry. Whenever composite function is coming, discontinuity of composite function. Let me explain the meaning. Suppose if I say, if f is discontinuous at x equal to a and g is discontinuous at x equal to b, then f of gx will be discontinuous for value of x where gx equal to a and x equal to b. This is our complete theory of composite function. Let me explain the meaning before you write. Suppose if you have to discuss continuity of any composite function, like in this case, I will come back to this later stage. अगर हमें जो है किसी भी फंक्शन का डिसकंटिन्यूटी चेक करना है, जैसे सपोज कीजिए कि fx दिया है कि ये डिसकंटिन्यूअस है x इक्वल टू 2 पे, तो अब ये बताइए कि f ऑफ x माइनस 1 किस पे डिसकंटिन्यूअस होगा? fx डिसकंटिन्यूअस है x इक्वल टू 2 पे, इसका मतलब समझने की कोशिश कीजिए। इसका मतलब ये होता है कि ये f डिसकंटिन्यूअस हो जाएगा जब इसके अंदर की क्वांटिटी 2 हो जाएगी, जब ये वैल्यू 2 हो जाएगा, ये पूरी वैल्यू। मतलब ये डिसकंटिन्यूअस कब हो जाएगा? क्योंकि मालूम है कि f डिसकंटिन्यूअस तभी होगा जब x ये अंदर की क्वांटिटी 2 होगी, तो इसका मतलब ये होगा कि ये डिसकंटिन्यूअस हो जाएगा जब x माइनस 1 2 होगा। x माइनस 1 2 कब होगा? जब x इक्वल टू 3 होगा, क्योंकि x माइनस 1 इक्वल टू 2 अगर आप पुट करेंगे तो x इक्वल टू 3 आएगा। अगर आपसे पूछूं कि f ऑफ, सेम क्वेश्चन में, f ऑफ 2x डिसकंटिन्यूअस कब होगा? स्पीक आउट। f ऑफ 2x डिसकंटिन्यूअस कब होगा? जब 2x कितना हो जाएगा? 2 हो जाएगा। अगर 2x 2 कब होगा? मतलब ये x इक्वल टू 1 पे डिसकंटिन्यूअस होगा। अगर fx 2 पे डिसकंटिन्यूअस है तो हम सबकी कंटिन्यूटी बता सकते हैं जहां जहां f आएगा। अगर आपसे पूछूं कि f sin x कब डिसकंटिन्यूअस होगा, तो f डिसकंटिन्यूअस तभी होगा जब ये क्वांटिटी 2 हो जाएगी, मतलब sin x 2 हो जाएगा। sin x कभी 2 होता है क्या? कभी नहीं होता है। मतलब ये ऑलवेज कॉन्टिन्यूअस फंक्शन है। नॉट गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? आर यू एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड? तो उसी टाइप से अगर आपसे पूछा जाए f ऑफ 1 बाई एक्स डिसकंटिन्यूअस कब होगा, तो आप कहेंगे जब ये 1 बाई एक्स 2 होगा। ठीक है भाई, मतलब x इक्वल टू 1 बाई 2 पे डिसकंटिन्यूअस होगा। लेकिन 1 बाई एक्स की अपनी एक डिसकंटिन्यूटी है। 1 बाई एक्स खुद भी डिसकंटिन्यूअस है x इक्वल टू 0 पे, तो एक एक्स्ट्रा पॉइंट आपको लिखना पड़ेगा 0। डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड द पॉइंट? उसी टाइप से यही चीज मैं यहां समझाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं। इफ f इज डिसकंटिन्यूअस एट x इक्वल टू a, अगर f जो है a पे डिसकंटिन्यूअस है और g पे डिसकंटिन्यूअस है b पे, g डिसकंटिन्यूअस है b पे, तो इस लॉजिक को अगर हम यहां अप्लाई करें और आपसे पूछा जाए f gx कब डिसकंटिन्यूअस होगा, तो आप हमेशा आउटसाइड से शुरू करेंगे। तो f डिसकंटिन्यूअस तभी होगा, उस वैल्यू ऑफ x के लिए होगा जब gx कितना हो जाएगा? इसके डिसकंटिन्यूटी के बराबर हो जाएगा। इसकी डिसकंटिन्यूटी क्या है? a, इसलिए वो वैल्यू gx इक्वल टू a पे। यहां से x की जो वैल्यू आएगी वो इसकी f की डिसकंटिन्यूटी होगी, लेकिन g की अपनी भी तो डिसकंटिन्यूटी है, x इक्वल टू b, तो एंड x इक्वल टू b। नथिंग अंडरस्टूड। अरे, इज दिस क्लियर टू एवरीबडी? नाउ राइट दिस पॉइंट। ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल नाउ सपोज आपसे पूछा जाए कि भाई फाइंड द डिसकंटिन्यूटी ऑफ साइन ऑफ ln x, ये कहां पे डिसकंटिन्यूअस होगा? हमेशा बाहर से शुरू कीजिए। साइन एक ऐसा फंक्शन है जो हमेशा कॉन्टिन्यूअस है, तो इसे भूल जाओ। लॉग एक ऐसा फंक्शन है जो कि हमेशा कॉन्टिन्यूअस है, ये कभी डिसकंटिन्यूअस नहीं होता है। लॉग x है, तो मतलब ये पूरा कॉन्टिन्यूअस फंक्शन है। इज इट क्लियर टू एवरीबॉडी? इफ आई आस्क यू, टेल मी where this function discontinuous, which function? E पावर 1 बाई एक्स स्क्वायर माइनस 1। तो e जो है हमेशा कॉन्टिन्यूअस फंक्शन होता है, e पावर, तो इसको भूल जाना है। ये डिसकॉन्टिन्यूअस होता है, 1 बाई पी का फॉर्म है, तो p नॉट इक्वल टू 0, मतलब ये हो गया x इक्वल टू प्लस माइनस 1। उसी टाइप से अगर आपसे कोई पूछे एफ एक्स इक्वल टू x if x less than 0 and x plus 1 if x greater than equal to 0, then we have to discuss continuity of f of fx. f of fx मतलब f of fx कब डिसकंटिन्यूअस होगा? ध्यान दीजिए, कुछ भी हाई फाई करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बेसिक फंडामेंटल रूल्स चलिए। पहली बात तो यह है कि हमें पता होना चाहिए एफ एक्स कॉन्टिन्यूअस है डिसकंटिन्यूअस, ये तो ओरल बता सकते हो आप। 0 के पहले क्या है? 0, और 0 के बाद क्या है? 1, तो इसका मतलब यह कि 0 पे डिसकंटिन्यूअस है। मतलब यह हो गया कि f इज डिसकंटिन्यूअस एट x इक्वल टू 0। मतलब यह बात है कि यह फंक्शन डिसकंटिन्यूअस तब होगा जब एफ एक्स इक्वल टू 0 होगा। मतलब ये f, इस f के लिए बात कर रहे हैं, ये f डिसकंटिन्यूअस तब होगा जब ये इसके अंदर की क्वांटिटी 0 होगी, एंड x इक्वल टू 0, ये इसके लिए। ये डिसकंटिन्यूअस तब होगा जब x इक्वल टू 0 होगा। अब एफ एक्स इक्वल टू 0 हमें सॉल्व करना है, ध्यान दीजिएगा। एफ एक्स इक्वल टू 0, तो एफ एक्स इक्वल टू 0 दैट मीन्स या तो ये 0 होगा या तो ये 0 होगा, मतलब x इक्वल टू 0 होगा। ध्यान दीजिए, यहां पे मिस्टेक होता है बच्चों से। अगर मैं कहूं भाई एफ एक्स इक्वल टू 0, एफ एक्स इक्वल टू 0, ठीक है, वैल्यू पुट करते हैं। एफ एक्स की एक वैल्यू थोड़ी है, दो वैल्यू है, तो पहले मैं इसको पुट करता हूं, x इक्वल टू 0। ये तो मैं लूंगा ही नहीं, क्यों? क्योंकि ये वैल्यू तभी पुट करते हैं जब x लेस देन 0 होता है। अरे, तो ये तो रिजेक्ट हो गया। दूसरा पॉसिबिलिटी क्या है एफ एक्स इक्वल टू 0 का? कि x प्लस 1 0 हो, तो x इक्वल टू माइनस 1 होगा। ये भी नहीं लूंगा, क्यों? क्योंकि x प्लस 1 तभी होता है जब x ग्रेटर देन 0 होगा। मतलब यह है कि एफ एक्स इक्वल टू 0 तो पॉसिबल है ही नहीं, तो इसका भी डिसकंटिन्यूटी सिर्फ x इक्वल टू 0 होगा। Maximum people did not understand what I said. इज इट क्लियर टू एवरीबडी? अगर इसी क्वेश्चन में थोड़ा सा चेंज कर दूं मैं, कैसा? देखिए, अब अच्छा लगेगा। देखिए ध्यान से आप लोग, वही क्वेश्चन को थोड़ा चेंज कर दिया इंटरवल में, और फिर सिनारियो देखिए कैसे चेंज होता है। अब फिर से इसको f की कॉन्टिन्यूटी चेक करते हैं। जीरो के बाद तो जीरो है, जीरो के पहले -1 है, तो डिसकॉन्टिन्यूअस तो अब भी है। किस पे जीरो है, किस पे डिसकॉन्टिन्यूअस है? जीरो पे। एट x इक्वल टू जीरो पे ये डिसकॉन्टिन्यूअस है। तो f ऑफ fx डिसकॉन्टिन्यूअस कब होगा? पहले हम f के लिए बात करेंगे। ये f डिसकॉन्टिन्यूअस तब होगा जब fx जीरो होगा, एंड ये f डिसकॉन्टिन्यूअस तब होगा जब x जीरो होगा। ठीक, यहां तक बात समझ में आई। अब ये एक इक्वेशन है, इस इक्वेशन को हमें सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा। तो fx इक्वल टू जीरो को मैं सॉल्व करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं। fx इक्वल टू जीरो, f की दो वैल्यू हो सकती हैं, या तो x इक्वल टू जीरो या फिर x प्लस 1 इक्वल टू जीरो। लेकिन याद रखिएगा, यहां ये तभी ट्रू होगा जब x ग्रेटर देन जीरो है, तो ये तो रिजेक्ट हो जाएगा, क्योंकि यहां पे x ग्रेटर देन जीरो के लिए ही हम x लिख सकते हैं। हमने fx की जगह x लिखा तो x इक्वल टू जीरो आ गया, जबकि हमें x ग्रेटर देन जीरो चाहिए, रिजेक्ट हो गया। यहां से x की वैल्यू क्या आई? -1 आई। ये कब ट्रू है x प्लस 1? जब x लेस देन जीरो। हाँ, ये तो एक्सेप्टेड है भाई, ये एक्सेप्टेड है। तो इसका सॉल्यूशन क्या हो जाएगा? x इक्वल टू -1। तो फाइनल आंसर इस क्वेश्चन का क्या हो जाएगा? -1 एंड 0। कुछ बात समझ में आई? एक ही क्वेश्चन को दो आंसर डिफरेंट आकर के देखिए। दोनों, पहले केस में भी ये जीरो पे डिसकॉन्टिन्यूअस था, दूसरे केस में भी जीरो पे डिसकॉन्टिन्यूअस, बट एक थोड़ा सा इंटरवल को मैंने चेंज किया तो आंसर तो टोटली चेंज हो गया। चलिए, सो दिस पार्ट हैज बीन डन। सो हमारा composite function and finding continuity. Now only one case left, that is word problem, and it's one of the best things in the continuity. उसको जो हम लोग नेक्स्ट क्लास में ही करेंगे, अभी तो आप लोग केवल होमवर्क देखिए। Just hold on. Everybody start taking the snapshot. I'm just making a small snapshot लेना शुरू कीजिए। क्वेश्चन नंबर चेंज नहीं होना चाहिए, मुझे सिर्फ आंसर चाहिए, सॉल्यूशन नहीं चाहिए। जो क्वेश्चन प्रूफ है वो आप अपने करके रखिएगा बस। इज इट डन? नेक्स्ट वन, दिस। ये क्वेश्चंस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसको ध्यान से कीजिए। यहां से आपको एक बार कंपोजिट फंक्शन का पूरा प्रैक्टिस हो जाएगा। स्नैपशॉट ले लीजिए। राइट, सो अगली क्लास में हम लोग जो है विल डिस्कस दिस वन, एंड नेक्स्ट क्लास इज द लास्ट क्लास फॉर द कंटिन्यूटी चैप्टर। कंटिन्यूटी खत्म हो जाएगा, उसके बाद से फिर हम डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी स्टार्ट करेंगे। राइट, चलिए, थैंक यू वेरी मच, सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर।